Are we back? Cool. So now we should all be in sync and everything. Hopefully my internet doesn't crap out. Maybe it will sometimes. I don't know. No audio. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I know. All right, now it should be there. Is it there now?
Whoa.
5 billion times better.
Yeah, or boss.
Cool, yeah. When I record, I have to turn off some things going to channel 1.
Unite with others to claim your fame and
Sweet.
glory.
Let me know if the volume is crazy.
Torchlight 3, your legend.
Ben just turned his camera off on his end.
No, available.
Just grabbed a drink real quick.
Early access,
Please
yeah.
connect me with one of those developers.
Dude, Ben, when are we streaming that?
Joining me
Torchlight 3?
today
When?
to talk about Torchlight
I'm down.
3
Oh, yeah,
is
dude.
Max
Yes.
Schaefer.
You know I love me
Max,
some
thanks so
action
much for
RPGs.
joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm
Torchlight
happy to
3
be here.
just shadowed
Now,
out?
Max, Torchlight
Early
2
access,
early
starts
access,
with the
yeah.
alchemist from
Damn.
the original Torchlight becoming corrupted and
pull this
evil.
up
How
on
does
Steam.
Torchlight 3
Hell yeah, Ben, let's
story
go.
tie into
Early
two?
access.
Well, we're in the same world, obviously.
$30.
We're about
Add
a
to
century
cart.
later now, though, and the
A
empire is
century. Wow.
Yes, the empire is in decline, and they've gotten a little lazy, a little comfortable, and a new threat looms on the horizon. So once again, the adventurers will have to battle the Netherim and all the evil baddies threatening the world.
In terms of the scope and scale of Torchlight 3, how does it compare to the previous editions?
Well, we've expanded quite a bit. Now, first, anyone who's played Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 will be comfortable with the mechanics and how to play it and all. But we've expanded and let players make their own mark in the world itself. Like, you get a customized fort that you can decorate, that you can build things in. You can do things that benefit your whole
Bows
account, and you can put
Jones.
things in there that are
Torchlight's
useful to
fun.
other
Torchlight's a
players.
lot of
Other
fun.
players will
I just
see your
recently
fort
picked up 2 on
randomly out in the
Switch,
world.
and I played it
I
a little
want to
bit.
ask a little bit about the classes,
Just jolly.
because
Just
if
easy
you're
to
an
get
action
into.
RPG player, you may recognize
Really
something
satisfying.
like a knight or a mage. But in Torchlight 3,
You're asking
we
for
got
stream
the
volume up.
steam-powered
I
robots.
don't know.
We have the rail master that can summon
Power
trains.
up.
You
Talk
can
to me
summon
about not
trains?
just what some of the classes that players can expect are, but how you even come up with this glorious stuff.
Hopefully that didn't go too high up.
Well, I think that you know, we've always wanted to avoid going like right down Main Street with our character classes and try to do something interesting.
Oh yeah, wait. This is
But at the same time, we wanted you to be able to look at them and get a sense and get a kind of an intuitive sense of what they do.
Okay, I'm hearing
And,
it's perfect
so
now,
we've
so I
applied
think
that
we might be
here. We've
okay.
got some really fun
Pets
characters,
are
like you
great.
said, the fully robotic,
Some of these streams have pretty
steam-powered robot,
inconsistent audio too. So.
and
Yeah.
the guy that summons
Yeah, I
trains.
keep
But
seeing,
we've
like,
also got
interlacing
some other
stuff
cool
here. It's
classes,
so
too,
weird.
A sharpshooter
Yeah.
and a dusk mage. And you know, honestly,
Especially
they're
people's
all
at-home
they all
mics
have new
will
twists,
differ.
and they're all pretty fun to play.
In terms of the game world itself, how like specifically do the forts get integrated? Like, what does it mean to stumble across someone else's fort as you're going through the world?
Well, between our gameplay levels, we have passages, and when you enter the passage, there will often be a waypoint there, but there will also be someone else's fort. So you will see some random person from the world's fort, and they will in turn see occasionally randomly your own fort. And it's definitely worth exploring their fort, because you can not only use things like the luck tree, but you can use their enchanting table and whatever recipes they've unlocked to enchant your own items. So it's really worthwhile for you to go check them out.
Hey, Huber.
Now, pets were a big
Are you
part
ready to build
of the
a
earlier
fort?
Torchlight
Yeah,
games.
man, that's pretty
What
fun.
type
Yes.
of pet-based
Yes.
entertainment can we expect?
We have expanded upon the
Or if you
pet
can, like,
system.
tell
It
that
does all
someone's
the things
been to
you
your
want.
fort,
It
like,
fights
you sign in and
alongside
it
you,
says, like,
sells,
you help
goes and
these
takes your
people.
items back to
I want to
town
bring
to
Tanya
sell.
to my fort.
But we've introduced kind of a collection mechanic. So you can find pets out in the wild by defeating bosses and make a whole stable of pets that you, of course, keep in your fort.
Now, Max, I know that the Torchlight series has an enormous fan base. For those who are looking to get their hands on Torchlight 3, where can they go and when can they play it?
Well, I'm very, very happy to announce that we are available on Steam right now in early access for $29.99. Go check it out. It's available right this minute.
This is the best kind of answer in the PC gaming show. You can get it now. Once again, Max Schaefer from the
And I
Torchlight
bring
3
so
team.
much
Thank you
energy
so
to
much for
this.
joining
Yeah.
us.
It's
Once
really
again, go to
refreshing.
Steam
in the
right
best.
now
It's
to
really-
get your hands on the early access
really
version
refreshing.
of Torchlight 3. We're just getting started here on the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up later, an exclusive look at the next game
Yeah, I
from
love this
DayZ
narrator.
creator Dean Hall. Blanko's Block Party, the first reveal of Sound Mind, and more. Back to you, Sean. Back to you, Sean.
Well, hey everyone, I hope you're having a great time. I know I am, and I know you want to tell me how much fun you're having, but don't shout. The walls are very thick in here. I can see you though if you use the PC Gaming Show hashtag on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, what is happening with the
It's
reaction?
like
They're
overlapping
like,
and
I'm not
stuff.
working.
Yeah, they took it
Whatever is your
away.
desired form of communication. I'm sure you've been seeing many of those comments show up live in the
Maybe
show
that was commentary
today.
on Twitch
And we
chat.
want your hottest
Sure.
280 character
Kinda bummed,
take
though. I was
that our
hoping my
merry
comment would get
moderators
picked up
might
there, but-
just select to be on the show. For our next segment, it's time to head on over to Frankie Ward.
Elite Dangerous, the space simulation MMO from Frontier, has continued to evolve over the past 5 years.
5 years,
Set in a
wow.
one-to-one recreation of our actual Milky Way galaxy, players forge their own path, build and break alliances, trade, fight, and earn the rank of Elite. Join us as we journey into the next
about
era of
intimidating.
Elite Dangerous.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
this
take
game
a
is
giant
bonkers.
leap once more.
They just announced, or they just put fleet carriers into the actual game, but they're like late game stuff. They're hard to get.
Free alpha. Whoa. That's very early
Oh, that interlacing
speaking
again.
for a game that's
Yeah,
out.
because they do the alpha thing and then they do beta, which you can play, and then for this
For like all their new content. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Ian, do you think they just like hit the wrong export setting or something? It's so strange. to keep
Weird,
seeing
yeah,
that.
I don't know. I mean, because this is obviously not live, so it's like it would have to be an export thing. Because stream wouldn't make interlacing. Yeah, that's big chunky
Oof.
interlacing too. And on the cuts, it's kind of weird.
Oof.
Odyssey. So on foot on a planet is different. That's
That's awesome.
pretty crazy.
Seems like a big
That's
game
that's
changer.
some Star Citizen.
Yeah,
Really
dude.
action right
That's-
there.
Especially
Wow.
if you can go.
Joining
I mean,
me
that
to
was a
talk about
rocky
the next
planet,
chapter of Elite Dangerous is Piers Jackson from Frontier Developments. Thanks so much for joining us, Piers.
Oh, you're welcome. It's good to be here.
Now, I have a lot of questions about the trailer we just saw, but I'm wondering if you can contextualize a little bit for those who haven't played Elite Dangerous. What is it?
So I think the best way of explaining what Elite Dangerous is to understand how big it is. We have created a title that's the most complete, authentic space simulation
is
of any
sweet.
game out there, and it's just vast. It's the whole galaxy. You can explore it. You can take your own path. You can be a pilot, a trader, a bounty hunter. You can do what you want. You can go where you want, and you can do your own thing. And it's that sort of freedom and the ability for people to tell their own story that I think makes Elite what it actually is.
Now, in all the streams that I've been following for Elite Dangerous, there's a lot of gameplay that happens in ships. There's a lot of focus on the economy and trading. In this trailer, though, we
pretty
saw
slick
feet
setup.
on the ground,
Yeah, it's cool.
which immediately makes me ask, what is it that we should expect? What should we glean from the trailer?
Oh, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Ultimately, the big new feature that we're looking to release here is the fact that you can now, for
That's
the very
crazy.
first time, set foot on our planets. We've created the last edition, really, in terms of going from space all the way down to the planet.
Especially cool if you
surface.
already know these
So
planets.
Now you can set foot,
You
you
know.
can explore, you can
Well,
interact
there's
with the
so many
environment.
planets,
And
but
we've
yeah.
taken the mission-based gameplay and the idea of forging your own path and creating your own experience that the space game has, and we've transposed that right down onto the planet. For the first time, you'll be able to access a whole pile of new planets, all ones with tenuous atmospheres, and obviously you're going to be able to play this in multiplayer, so you'll be able to join up with your friends. You can experience the game from the ship, from an SRV, and finally from on foot.
In what way
Add
will this
multi-crew SRVs,
ground,
you
walking on the
bastards.
planet
Is
component
the VR like a
inform
separate
the
game, or
existing
is that
aspects
like
of Elite Dangerous?
just a
I
piece
think
of the
it gives
full game?
people
Or
just- no, it's
a
the whole
new
game.
set of
It's just
experiences
VR.
to
So
have.
will this be a
We
VR too,
link
you think?
all the
Okay.
way from ground to
Well,
the buggies,
VR2
the
is still a
SRVs,
ways
all the way
out,
up to the
but-
spaceships,
Yeah,
so
we're
that
still
it
waiting.
becomes a
Yeah,
holistic
it
event.
could line up.
The design actually encapsulates the whole experience.
Just want
Play-
to say,
walking
In terms
with
of
a
some of the other
HOTAS will be
systems
really
that are
weird.
on the planets or various
Torchlight 3 is
resources
finished
or
downloading.
points of interest,
We're ready.
for those that
We're
might
ready to
tie
go.
back to some of the gameplay that someone would be familiar with.
So we have new planets that you can visit. You can visit old planets, and we have refreshed the visuals on them, so you can really set foot and be the first to actually make footfall on a new planet.
Now, Piers, I have a combo question for you. Elite Dangerous is available right now. Where can players go to play Elite Dangerous, and when can they expect the Odyssey update?
So you can join in with our community now, playing Elite Dangerous. Download it via Steam or go to the Frontier store or purchase it on console. We have many people playing it. In terms of Odyssey, you can expect to see that next year.
I hope you all enjoyed that conversation about Elite Dangerous. It's a treat to see the way the game is continuing to evolve. For our next title, we're going to be...
Sean, I'm sorry to interrupt, but our broadcast is being hijacked by another host.
Not again.
Hi there again, PC gamers. It's me, Greg. You saw me host the
funny.
Guerrilla Collective live stream earlier today. No, I didn't watch. Okay, well, that sucks. I'll give
we
the
go.
PC Gaming Show back to its usual host in a moment, but I couldn't let anyone else announce this next trailer, which is a game near and dear to my heart. Let's take a look.
You know what it is. Here it is.
Too bad we already know.
Right.
Ah.
No matter how many times you hear it, it never gets old. Japanese audio, real nice. Real nice.
Shadow Drop.
Persona 4 Golden is
The world will
available
finally
now
understand.
on Steam. If you haven't played this, now you have no excuse. Persona 4 Golden is a masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. The story, the action, the characters, this is something you have to go get right now. It's been awesome to see Atlas games make their way onto the PC. I'm glad this one is finally here. Anyway, I better hand the show back over to Sean before he gets mad at me. See you later, PC gamers.
Well, that was weird. I thought this live stream was supposed to be secure.
I'm analyzing the security breach.
I really wish Day 9 was just like, weep.
Teddy.
Teddy!
The
Well,
budget.
all right then. While we get this sorted out, let's head on over to Frankie.
This setup is really good for PC gaming. Joe?
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It's awesome that they used my
Psychological
costume
horror
in the
game.
show. Like
Coming
they
to PC,
contacted me a while ago.
PlayStation
Your
5,
Frankie
and Xbox
costume?
Series X early next year. InSound Mind will challenge your expectations as it ushers you through the deepest corners of your psyche. It sounds like every night before I go to sleep, honestly. The game also features a chilling original soundtrack by The Living Tombstone.
It looks like a very cozy
Courtesy
sweater.
of indie outfit We Create Stuff and publisher Modus Games, let's take a look at InSound Mind.
Exclusive.
They say fear is just a state of mind. A locked door
This looks dope.
that traps you inside it.
Yeah.
It sounds
Once
dope.
you find the key to your terror, fear will no longer exist. What a bunch of bullshit.
Wasn't expecting combat.
Wasn't expecting singing.
Yeah.
This is Creed.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, Alan Wake
Yeah,
2.
the vocals kind of
Yeah.
screwed it up for me. I was into it until the guy started
Hey
singing,
everyone,
and then
I'm Ito,
ugh.
producer at
Yeah,
We
so
Create
I
Stuff.
played this for a couple hours yesterday. I'm gonna get together with
Tombstone
Ian and
here.
maybe
We're
Hubert
the
to
developers who brought
get
you
some
Nightmare
impressions.
House 2. And
It's
now
really
we're
cool.
back. We've partnered with Modus Games and The Living Tombstone, and we're working on a new indie horror game, In Sound Mind.
Demo is now out on Steam. Let us know what you think.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
So hey,
They're cutting
Dembot,
them
how
so-
did you get here today
Yeah.
anyways?
Well, Sean, my sleep state was interrupted when I realized I was late to this year's PC gaming show. So naturally, I panicked.
I had to improvise about how to reach our undisclosed broadcasting location before you began the show. I trust
Is there, like there was for Gorilla Collective, is there a PC Gaming Show Steam page? That would be super convenient.
Maybe it goes live after?
Could be.
I tried to hitchhike. But ever since the 1991 documentary Terminator 2, no one in Los Angeles trusts robots.
Documentary.
Oh my goodness.
At that point, I was already right outside our secret location.
Cool. Hey, let's take a look at our next trailer.
Airborne Kingdom loading.
Jolly. It's like flying around the Game of Thrones opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But interlaced.
Really, yeah, for sure.
Yo, dude.
Columbia.
Uh-huh.
Into this.
Mortal Engines up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sweet.
I am into this. Sure, alright.
Yeah.
Just flying. You just fly, man.
Just
That's
fall.
it.
Just
you
going
just keep
around.
going. You just keep going.
Dun, 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 dun.
You might be surprised to know that I enjoy real-time strategy games, and that's why I'm excited
I
for our
pretty much
next
enjoyed
trailer.
everything they've
It's
shown.
Dwarfheim,
Yeah.
a cooperative
Yeah, that's fun.
RTS, where up to 3 players
Yeah,
can
it's all been
simulate the
good.
work of building, mining, and fighting, working together to build defenses, machinery, and traps, train armies to fend off deadly trolls and rival clans. The Dwarfheim demo is live right now on Steam. Let's see what the game is all
Valheim,
about.
Dwarfheim.
Ever
Everybody
since
loves
the fall,
dwarves and
dwarven
Norwegians.
clans live scattered across.
It's nice because I feel like for pretty much everything, you
They
get a good
toil
idea of
every
what the
day in
game
the
is
dark
and what
and
you're
dark.
doing.
Oh yeah.
They try to
And
protect.
it's amazing
what
how
little
often
they
shows
have
completely fail at that.
from rival clans. And the vile creatures that roam these lands. Your clan needs you now, chieftains, to lead your people. Choose your classes, guide your builders and miners to expand your kingdom. Or take up arms with your warriors to protect our town halls and conquer your enemies. Bring us to victory! Bring us to Dwarfheim!
Dwarfheim.
People who can do that accent are making bank this year.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
all of the demos, man.
Beta now. There's so many
Thanks,
things in
Sean.
this that are
And
just like.
now let's take a look
19th,
at the
I think.
lineup of
Didn't
games and game updates
Oh, yeah.
coming from
Oh,
indie
sign up now.
publisher
Got it.
New Blood Interactive.
Like, co-op RTS is so cool. StarCraft team matches are just the best. Love that.
Yeah, I got the RTS. Let's go.
Yeah, New Blood. These are a bunch of different games.
Dude, perfect dark right there. Car park.
Yeah, Maximum Action, I think that's called.
Hexen right there.
Yeah, these are like. What's the game that just found? New Blood, you crazy.
Nice, nice. Mod support.
Cowboy.
Yo, double shot.
A medieval, right? RTS.
Oh, a medieval's really cool.
Yeah, sweet. Nice reflective surface.
Love that Urtix. But it was already at maximum.
More. I haven't heard of this.
How does that
Space thing.
not make you immediately think of GoldenEye? That's
16-player co-op. A retro shooter.
Man, I am really pumped on Ultra Kill. This is gonna be a blast.
Yeah, they snuck another one in there, didn't they?
I feel like I saw salad fingers. Oh, that's in our chat. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
That's quite a lineup from New Blood, and with us now is the New Blood CEO, Dave Oshry, to
Hey,
talk
Dave,
about
nice.
it. Dave, what the hell was that all about?
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, right? I mean, some guys come out here, they show like some cinematic trailer and then tell you it's coming out in a year. We got 6 games and you can play all of them right now. We couldn't afford to do a cinematic trailer if we wanted to, right? So yeah, Dusk, now with mods, check them out at duskmods.com. There's all kinds of crazy a Medieval, now with RTX, DLSS 2.0
Man, I wish
is
everybody could just be
coming,
this chill and
maximum
casual.
action, new levels are coming, new features,
Just be
new
real.
guns.
Just be real.
Unfortunate Spaceman is now completely free to play. F it, why not? Check that one out, 16-player co-op. It's crazy. It's like the Thing in space. Faith,
gotta
of
do
course.
that.
If you don't know about Faith.
Now you know.
Ultra Kill, our new retro shooter with style. If you like games like Devil May Cry and Quake, that's what that's about. And then of course Gloomwood. If you like games like
Gloomwood.
System Shock,
Ooh.
Resident Evil, then I think Gloomwood is definitely the game for you.
Where can we go to learn more?
So you can check out Dusk at
Here's
notfortnite.com, a Medieval at I can't believe
Not
it's not
Fortnite.
Maximum Action at shooting.com, Unfortunate Spaceman at deaderspace.com, that's deaderspace.com, Faith at GaryLovesYou.com, Ultra Kill
Just
at
covering his face.
DevilMayQuake.com, and then of course Gloomwood at ThiefWithGuns.com.
Thief with
Yeah,
Gun.
that's all we got.
Okay.
6 games.
What
You can play them
nutcase
all right
URLs,
fucking now. We love you.
And we hate money.
Thanks,
We hate
Dave.
money.
Let's see what Frankie has for us next.
Thank you, Sean. Now tell me, PC gamers, have you ever wanted to rewrite history?
The show
Not
gets
your
better every
browser
year.
history, that's easy and
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
absolutely vital. But how about something grander? Like discovering America, mastering flight, or inventing the computer a couple of hundred years earlier? Humankind is an upcoming historical strategy game where you'll be combining up
I think it was
to
like the
60
interviews that
different
really dragged it
cultures
down
to create
before,
a
and they like, picked a
civilization
lot of that up.
that's as unique as you are.
Well, it's because everyone has to
as
shoot
with all
them,
of their
so
previous
it's just
titles,
like,
Amplitude is asking the community to participate in the development of Humankind to help make it the best game that it can be. Let's see how they're inviting PC gamers to help build this worldly game.
I thought that was an air horn. Yo.
3 times the scenarios.
Wow.
Sure, man.
You gonna help
Yeah.
the cause, Ian?
What?
You gonna be a dev? Signing up?
Well, you heard the trailer.
Gotta
you
try
need to
it.
go to opendev.gamestogether.com.
It's always touchy when
so
it's
you
like,
can be
do
one
our
of the very
job
first
for us.
humans to get your hands on
I
Humankind.
see like backlash a lot. When
Amplitude Studios'
it's just a
upcoming
cute way of
historical
doing a
strategy
beta.
game.
Yeah,
And now for something a little different. Why don't you join me in my chambers?
it's cool. There's like
Come on.
seasons.
Dana, I've been waiting for you to say that to me for years.
Of all the subcultures and communities that make up PC gaming, modders have arguably had the biggest impact. My next guest is Dean Hall, a designer who started out as a modder and eventually helped lay the foundation for 2 of the most popular genres on PC, survival and battle royale. Let's take a look at the next game from Rocketworks revealed here on the PC Gaming Show. It's Icarus.
looks cool so far. Rust in space.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Space Rust.
Classic tree puncher.
There you go, Jones.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hey, I'm all for it, but we didn't bring any weapons on this expedition, or they broke, or what happened?
I think they crashed.
Oh no. Oh no.
No more super oxygen. There are trees.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand.
That's the whole game right there, and credits.
They're space trees.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill, going to
They
another
spit
planet.
out methane.
Joining me to talk about Icarus is Dean Hall. Dean, thanks so much for joining us.
Awesome, it's great to be here.
So, Dean, you're making another survival-focused game. What makes Icarus different from other survival titles?
Well, I think if you think about your first hour in DayZ, your first hour in Minecraft, really what we're trying to do is capture that and then basically build a game where you can do that over a long period of
That
time.
audio, though.
And you can progress through the survival experience. So it was really getting back to the roots of what a survival game is and what makes those moments that you get in them really intense and emotional.
If you can just walk me through like the basic loop. If I just open up the game, do I start out on the ship itself?
If you think about the orbital station as your apartment in GTA, you can invite your friends in and prepare for what we call a drop. And then you select a prospect. And the big challenge of the game, and the way to fail it, I guess, is to run out of time on the drop.
Let's say I'm on a 30-minute mission. I have a particular resource I've set out to snatch up. How does the gameplay of that 30-minute period differ from other survival games?
I suppose there were three key things that I felt needed to be addressed before I made another survival game. The first was the ability to scale. By breaking your experience over months and years into sessions, that allowed us to address scale. So you still can do all the things that you do in a normal survival game, building bridges, roads, all those kinds of things. But you're doing it with a medium-term focus. The second was pacing and clear direction, which is helped very much by the structure that we're putting around the session. And the last one is really focusing in on those core survival mechanics, which I really feel is the whole reason that survival as a genre connects so emotionally with players.
I guess I was a little surprised to hear that there are 20-minute drops as well as multi-day drops. What are the sort of time ranges we're looking at? Are there different like categories and tiers of drop length?
Yeah, so it really depends on your level as you progress through the game. So early on, we're really just introducing you to more safe environments. So say a daytime drop that only lasts 20 minutes. You're only going to be facing the game during the day. As you progress on, you can take on and get access to prospects that have much longer drop windows, but that means you're getting a cycle of day-night. And night, particularly for most of our biomes, is definitely the most dangerous.
I want to ask a little bit about what failure means in Icarus. I mean, in the trailer there was someone that fell down and you just ominously talked about the dangers of being left behind on the planet. What happens if you don't make it back to the ship in time, die on the planet? What happens?
If you think about DayZ, when you get shot, it's a very binary event that happens and there's nothing you can do, it's just over. And there's a certain charm to that.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, there's a certain charm to that. But I think if we look about...
charm. I like your use of the word charm there, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, like, there definitely is. But I think with Icarus, we've chosen one failure state. If you run out of time on your drop, that character and all its equipment is gone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make that terrifying. And that's why our tagline is, there are worse fates than death. So it's getting left behind. If you miss your rendezvous window with the orbital station, then that's it. Everything that you've deployed on there, your character and all that progression of that character and all that equipment is just gone. And that's our one failure state. If you run out of oxygen, someone can come and revive you. If you get attacked by this particular animal and damaged, someone can heal you. But if you run out of time, it's over.
I'm curious, I mean, there's so many elements, there's so much ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ, other projects. What do you have to reassure those people that you're committed to Icarus?
Well, I think a big thing for me is you know,
that is a
Bohemia
Keeley
was an
caliber
existing
question.
company, and I definitely felt like I was pulling them in a direction that was hard for them to go, and they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure. The solution there was to make sure it wasn't just a Dean Hall game, but it was a game built by incredibly skilled people. And we managed to assemble, I think, definitely one of the best teams I've ever worked with, an exceptional concept team through to a technical and production team as well.
Well, I know there's a ton of people that are interested in my very next question, my favorite question. When can people get the opportunity to play Icarus?
That is a good question. So we're looking at sometime next year. Our development is very advanced at this point. Our biggest question really is content. So, you know, we're making the game free to play because we wanted to maximize the number of people that play it. And we're acutely aware a number of our former staff are ex-Grinding Gear Games who made Path of Exile, very talented in the free-to-play area. So we're very cognizant of how much content we need to provide gamers.
They do it
So
better
at the
than
moment,
almost
we're
everybody.
really sort of heading into that.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Awesome.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Dean Hall from Rocket Works for the upcoming survival game Icarus. For our next game, let's head to Frankie.
Someone's baking sourdough bread.
When you're an evil supervillain, it's important to have your own sense of style.
Yeah.
Chinchilla or something?
Evil
That's a guinea
cat
pig,
psychics
guinea
are
pig.
so 2019.
Looks huge, man.
Evil
She gets all the
Genius
props
2
and
asks
bits.
players the question, how would you design a
That's
supervillain
probably
fortress?
her guinea pig.
Would you
Yeah, I was gonna
guess.
say.
laser sharks,
Just brought it.
or would you just give all the home appliances RGB lighting?
So cute.
Here's the world-exclusive first gameplay footage of Evil Genius 2: World Domination.
Taxer. Last second.
So the walls are already behind the cave?
Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
Minions. I don't know if I didn't know we could still use that word.
Yeah. Their lawyers are on the phone.
Right. Mascot, for sure.
On you, Ben.
Tanya, bring the C4, Tanya. We got some bridges to blow up.
What's too bad about that interlacing? Oh. I hope there are lots of different like doomsday weapons you can buy.
Yeah.
I saw this at last E3, and I think you could like pick your arch like evil guy, and they have like
Okay.
different things.
Very cool.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Very.
We are about to see the first official gameplay footage for Godfall on PC. Counterplay Games is going to give us a guided tour of the battle for Aperion. And keen observers will notice that this is running in Unreal Engine 5. That's why those shiny sets of armor look so gorgeous. You can go on over to
Very
the Epic
shiny.
Games
Wait,
Store
what?
and wishlist it now, or get more information
Okay.
on Godfall before it releases this
use
holiday
Unreal
season.
5
But for now,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Unreal. Must be nice.
Yeah, totally different attitude from this trailer.
Yeah.
Right?
Still so fast. All right.
I like the speed of it.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share
Cape
gameplay
clipping.
with you today.
Yeah, you know.
And to offer you a glimpse
Classic
into
video
the
games.
mystical
We'll
world
never
of
be free of
Godfall.
it.
Please enjoy. Godfall is still in development, so some things will change and improve in the final product, including visuals and performance. Godfall is set in a brand new high
Fix the
fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into
said
unstoppable
Valorant
masters
plates?
of melee
Just Valor
combat.
plates.
Yeah, just valid.
As you adventure through the realms, you'll get to tear
Hammer
through
time.
enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top.
Hands in.
Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall.
Yo, dual
First,
blades.
our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a whole new genre, the looter slasher.
I haven't seen one
Our
action.
game is therefore one part
It's not a new genre, guys.
and
Sorry.
one part
Yeah.
player skill driven.
Very far from a new
In other
genre.
words,
Yeah, I appreciate the
not
passion,
only do we
but
want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we
No,
also want you
super.
to have that
Sorry.
feeling of accomplishment
TLC.
from
Gotta wait for
mastering
the
the
PS6.
wide set
The
of
Viking
combat
pack?
mechanics available
Is
to
the
you
camera
in
like
Godfall.
tied to your weapon or something? It's like
What you're looking at now is
moving
a
every time you
mid-boss fight,
attacks.
a
It's really
tougher
weird.
challenge which we'll have to leave for another day.
Mm.
Please check out the Godfall channels on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you so much for taking a look at Godfall, and we'll be showing you more soon.
It looks fun to slash around.
Now next up,
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
PC
I-
gamers
yeah, I
think
think
of
it'll be
iconic
decent.
first-person
That was just
shooters,
what I was
they
waiting
think
for
of
that
games
game.
like Doom,
Took 3
Quake,
trailers to
and
finally like show it.
Chivalry.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Our next
bummer
trailer
because
shows a
if
project that
E3
celebrates the
existed, we
proud
probably would
heritage
get to
of
play it.
sci-fi
Sure.
epic
Yeah.
classes,
And
while
actually
taking
give
advantage of some
nuanced
very
opinions on
modern
it.
Visual effects like glorious enemy dismemberment. From Bounding Box Software and Humble Publishing, this is Prodeus.
Wait, what?
Wow, Proteus looks really different than
I was gonna say.
we used to.
This looks awesome.
From an idyllic pixelated time on an island.
Yeah, like, is it literally the same name?
Vacation's over.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh no.
This is fantastic.
My face is getting so melted today. I love it.
What is this called?
Prodeus.
Which is really weird. But I mean, whatever.
Cool.
I guess what Proteus is like a sea god or something?
Doom Maker.
Some cool weapons.
Prodeus.
Oh, Prodeus.
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 Got it.
Prode us.
Prodeus.
Fae Tactics.
Yo, dude.
Oh my.
This looks dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. It does.
The style feels like GBA.
Cards.
Cards.
Oh.
Game Boy Advance Hub.
That seemed more like character cards, not ability
Cards! Oh, that's so funny.
Final Fantasy Tactics on Switch, please. God, I love this pixel art style. It's so good.
Kind of looked like Golden Sun Jin.
Actually, how is there not a Final Fantasy Tactics again? Like,
Right?
how is that not a thing?
It's your fault. You didn't pray hard enough. Whatever you have to do to make it happen.
That's your department, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
I
on
saw
you.
a combat itch that I know a lot of us have been feeling ever since we
start
played
being there
Final
now.
Fantasy Tactics back in the 90s.
Thanks, dude.
All
He
right.
said it.
But
You did
we're
say
not
it.
done with humble games yet. Their lineup, as it turns out, isn't all that humble. We're going to take a look at 2 more games from them.
What?
Project Wingman, a jet fighter game featuring RPG elements and VR support. And rounding things out is Carto from Sunhead Games, a gorgeous top-down puzzler. Let's take a look.
Whoa.
That lady must be my wife.
That owl, dude.
Aunts.
Dude,
Yeah.
look at
Dude,
the bear.
hugging a bear!
Bear hugs.
Oh my god.
This looks cool as hell. What is this? Carto.
Dude.
I'm in, dude.
Prodeus and bear hug height.
The Huber bait.
Holy crap.
Gun. Yeah, what is this?
He mentioned it earlier. I forget the name though. It's very Ace Combat.
Yeah, extremely. Like, is this Ace Combat?
Combat Ace. 29.
Project
Wingman.
The color, the lighting's a little dark in that game.
Yeah.
This combat sounds good.
Hey, DevBot, have you ever wondered what Gordon Freeman's voicemail message sounds like?
Sean, that is an intriguing inquiry. However, something is wrong. I'm receiving an external transmission.
Oh no, Greg Miller again.
Why does this keep happening, DevBot? What's with
Wow,
the
Jones,
security?
that's how you really
Have
feel.
you
Yeah,
upgraded to
Jones,
Service
wow.
Pack 2 yet?
The transmission is coming from a powerful space satellite.
Greetings, PC Gaming Show.
Dude,
Supreme Leader
he
King.
can interrupt anytime.
I'm commandeering this broadcast to deliver an important mission briefing. You must capture the GDI
Seth,
base
where you
north
at?
of these coordinates. This is a strategically significant facility. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's me, Joe Coogan. And I can take over this broadcast because I do what I want. Look, you know Command & Conquer has been a major part of your life. It's certainly been a big part of mine. The Command & Conquer Remastered collection recently launched for PC, and it is an awesome way to relive this classic game with a bunch of new bells and whistles. I mean, who doesn't like 4K graphics, quick matches in multiplayer or modding, am I right?
It's so cool. You can just switch between them just by hitting spacebar and it's instant.
That's
Legacy
beautiful.
of Kane
Yeah,
alive
it's
over
really
these
cool.
last 25 years. I mean, I
You
live
said
in death,
Legacy of
I
Kane?
guess. Thanks for letting me interrupt.
It's his legacy.
He did say Legacy of Kane.
Glory of Nod.
Not as a proper noun, but he said it.
He
Tell
said
me,
it.
PC gamers, do you have any rare action
Sorry to
figures? Perhaps
confirm.
you're one of the lucky owners of an out-of-print
That was just a
collectible,
remastered
something
shout-out?
you'd never trade away in
Yeah.
a million
Yeah,
years.
cool.
Why not?
Our
Good
next
shout out.
game is a celebration of toys and art. On its surface, a game about collecting, customizing, and trading.
Jones,
but
close
it's
your
also a
eyes.
highly social
Thought
playground.
that was gonna- yeah, that was
Creativity.
PC
One where you
amiibos
can
were
make your own
coming or
levels
something.
and gather with your friends to hang out, play mini games, and create together. This is Blanko's Block Party.
Did that 10 times fast.
Sure.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play
Yeah, this looks cute.
and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks or maybe bat wings. And there's lava and a mountain made of junk food. Where you can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules. And all your friends can come and play. Like this one here. Yep, them too. And I don't know what that dude is, but he is cool. What? They're all toys? Come to life. And I can actually play with them and own them all. That's f***ing sweet. But you see, this place isn't a legend.
Toys and F-bombs. It's a sick mix.
Party.
That's what Infinity needed. More F-bombs, man. Yeah. They're too scared.
Here to bring us the inside look at Blanko's Block Party is
Here to
Jamie
save the
Jackson
genre.
from Mythical. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
I would love if you could just address what is Blankos.
Blanko's
That head
is
in
it's
his
a game
camera.
about vinyl toys kind of coming to life and where they go
That's what I was
when a
gonna say,
human
they're
leaves the
blank
room.
vinyl toys?
But it's also more than just a game. It's a place for content creators and gamers and collectors to come together and hang out and build the worlds and games that they really want to play in. And you can have as many as your friends come and hang out with you as you want. But you could also drop the toys in. So the first toy you can play with is one called it's a shooting mechanic. We got like a unicorn rocket launcher that fires ice creams. We got like a cactus grenade launcher that fires these little cactus balls. So it's all about kind of like arcade fun shooter stuff. And you can set that up as a team shooter. You could have squads. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. You can even just have it free for all. Some other stuff we're going to be dropping is race toys. So you could just do point to point. You could build this super sweet like platformer and just go A to B. You could do laps. And then another one is, because Blankos, they all survive on good vibes. That's kind of what powers them. So another one you can do is actually just a vibe collection. And what's kind of super cool is all of those toys work with each other. So you could build a race and then you could drop some guns in it and it can be a race, but you can pick up guns on the way and try and knock each other out.
So you have these huge flexible tools, this community focus. We've also seen in games like Fortnite these in-game events. Are these kinds of things that you think will show up in Blankos as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we felt that from the beginning of development.
that a wedge?
Blankos wasn't just
Mickey
this place
vinyl
for
in the
players to go
background?
and build and create their own
Babes
worlds,
or
but it's a
whatever?
place for us to be able to
I don't
share
know.
with them
Hey, it's
different
just
content,
little
whether that's a music
Porkins?
concert, whether it's a movie
Yeah, it's
trailer,
Porkins.
you know, whether it's something no one's seen yet. But absolutely, that
A good bet
we're
for next
definitely
year.
thinking
How
about
many
that kind of stuff.
times will we see people
Well, talk to me about the
floss?
number of different designs. Like, where are these designs coming from? How many are there?
We're not talking about numbers in season one
Right there.
just yet, but we are talking about the artists. So we're really stoked we've been able to work with some of my favorites that I've been buying the vinyl toys of over the years. So John Paul Kaiser is a great artist from the UK. I ended up buying some of his toys in New York about 6 years ago, and now we get to work together and bring his toys to life in the game, which has been great fun. James Groman, who I think just kind of really epitomizes vinyl toy design, just those clean vector-based lines. And one of my personal
That's
favorites
really cool.
Is Pete Fowler, who for me was kind of one of the grandfathers of vinyl toy design.
I know people are going to want more information. They're going to want to know when they can play Blankos, when they can see more. Where do they go for that?
If you want to keep just up to date with things, go and check out blankos.com. You can register there right now, so you can, you know, secure your account name and get ready for launch. We're going to be launching end of the year, so not too far away now, but we're also going to be starting to look for our beta at some point soon as well. So if you get registered, we might be able to get you in that.
Jamie from Mythical, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Once again, the name of the game is Blankos Block Party. Let's take a look at what's coming up next at this year's PC Gaming Show.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show, presented by
Yes, the
PC
Gloomwood
Gamer.
was
Stay
supposed-
tuned for
Gloomwood
more
was supposed to
trailers,
get a
announcements,
trailer,
and
but they missed
footage.
it or
Coming
something.
up
The
later,
developer
we
tweeted
celebrate the 20th
There's a demo
anniversary
for
of
Gloomwood up on
Total
Steam.
War.
Yeah,
What's
they
next
said all
in
that stuff had
Escape from
demos.
Tarkov?
Ooh.
The revealed horror strategy game, Rogue Lords, and more. Back to you, Frankie.
The PC is the birthplace of space flight action games, and our next project, Everspace 2, expands on that tradition with its gorgeous handcrafted
Oh, yeah.
universe. The focus here is on exploration and dogfighting, with alien species standing in the way of outfitting your ship with unique modules, weapons, and devices. And as we're about to see in this next trailer, combat won't just take place in the cold vacuum of space, but also the atmospheres of planets themselves. Here's Everspace 2.
Dude.
Everspace.
Everspace 2.
Is that you, Jones?
Yeah, sorry.
I really like that voice.
Really good with it.
I'm gonna do now.
Everspace 2.
That's what I'm
That was-
hoping, man.
that
I'm
was
hoping in
great.
my 60s, like that, my voice just naturally take a couple seconds. Patreon.com/yellow.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
How long will this train keep running?
This looks cool.
Kind of cool to see upper atmosphere fights like this.
Yeah,
It's
I
usually
agree.
ground or space. I wonder like how high you can go.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Scotch.
Can you go into space though?
Oh no.
Who's winning? I can't tell. Is this all from one fight? What's going on?
Might be.
Cool that it looks like you're directly controlling units like that. That's awesome.
Descent.
Whoa. Alpha
Cool.
on June 15.
2 days.
Ominous.
Okay. Nice.
What?
What? What?
Darkest Dungeon 2.
Oh,
Dude, I hope we see that today.
Don't play games with my heart.
Oh, dude.
Jones.
Holy shit.
That's the art style.
Darkest Dungeon 2, please.
Inkulinati?
What?
PC gamers, I'm sure you'll agree. If a horse shows up at your door and you don't remember ordering a horse, it's probably best to keep the door shut. One of the coolest things about a Total War Saga Troy, the next game from Creative Assembly, is that it will enable players to experience multiple different versions of how the iconic battle went down, including several explanations for what that mythical horse actually was. I'll get the door while you watch the latest trailer.
That face, dude.
Wow.
Oh, silver-tongued Odysseus. There is only one response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is
metal.
In Total War Saga Troy, you can rewrite the events of one of the greatest conflicts ever told, the Trojan War.
Total War.
As Odysseus besieged the legendary city of Troy in 3 ingenious and equally devastating ways, all based around prominent theories from throughout the ages as to what the iconic Trojan horse really resembled.
the walls of this city may appear to be mighty, but no defenses are impregnable.
Using gargantuan siege towers, take the fight to the walls.
If it's going right through the trees.
Slaughter the Trojans atop and force them back into their pitiful city.
Yeah, this is gonna be free on Epic Games Store when it first comes out.
Really?
The enemy are unaware
for 24
of
hours, I
your
think.
presence.
Wow,
Position your
that's
troops to retain your advantage once the attack begins.
Sneak troops into the city in a vast, horse-headed vessel fit for the gods. Under the cloak of darkness, use guerrilla tactics to sabotage the unbreachable city gates, leaving the Trojan warriors defenseless, allowing the Achaean soldiers to begin razing the city to the ground.
Their walls have been breached.
Even the greatest defenses cannot stand against nature's might. In a land ravaged by earthquakes, patience is rewarded. Send your troops forward. Troy is yours for the taking. Myth meets history in a war that will define the ages. Experience the legend of Troy this summer.
Victory will make you immortal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Free on Epic.
That was a Total War Saga Troy, which we'll get to play in 2021. And hey, speaking of sneaking in big surprises, a master of segue. This year, we've teamed up with Intel to build a legendary custom computer inspired by art, weaponry, and the artifacts found in the game. DevBot, I understand you know your way around a computer, right?
Affirmative. Sean, I have a soft spot for Bronze Age computers.
Well, great. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit more?
Can do, Sean. Behold, PC
Bronze
gamers.
Age computers.
This build is centered around Intel's CPU, the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K
Okay.
processor.
Hey, those
this
bills.
10-core flagship CPU is built for maximum gaming performance and overclocking, especially useful in epic strategy games like A Total War Saga Troy. The build also features a top-of-the-line GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Also on the
Ultimate must be nice.
are a spacious 4 terabytes of
You
fast
cannot
storage
get
and
must be nicer.
128 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM.
Must be nicest.
Yeah, must be nicest. Yup.
Must be nicest.
And temperatures are kept at
The cooling.
thanks to 9 RGB fans running alongside
That's
the
pretty
cooling.
funny.
The copper tubing is not only a heat conduction, but according to my readings,
that's
aesthetically
great.
pleasing. Is this what you humans call love?
PCs are more than specs.
It
They're
would've
a
been lovely if you
passion.
showed
When
me
we build a
the
PC, we
3080
form a
Ti.
relationship with that piece of hardware. We wanted to show you every step of that process. For this build, we enlisted a master craftsman, Brian Carter, a PC modder with over a decade and a half of experience. PC Gamer and Intel have created a 4-part series following Brian as he created this epic artifact. DevBot, cue it up.
Hey, my name is Brian Carter, and I've been building custom PC mods for over 16 years. I'm working with Intel and A Total War Saga Troy on a very special custom PC project that we're thrilled to debut at the PC Gaming Show. Join me in a 4-part video series as I take you through each stage of the scratch build process. We begin with the inspiration and design phase, where we figure out how to take the amazing design assets from A Total War Saga Troy and functionalize them to house our best-in-class components, like the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor. Then I'll show you how I assemble, finish, and test this one-of-a-kind PC. A big thank you to Intel and Creative Assembly for letting me work on this incredibly fun and challenging project. I hope you like it.
Oh, it looks so good, and I have some good news. Episode 1 is available now, and I have even better news. You can win this PC from DevBot's loving clutches. Head on over to PCGamer.com/IntelPC to learn more and enter for a chance to win. And with that, it's time to return to more PC Gaming Show action with the fantastic
Could you imagine,
Frank.
like, even using it to me, it seems crazy.
Yeah, like the maintenance you'd have to do on it to like any of those
monstrous
custom
creatures in a
parts.
post-apocalyptic world. Today, we're excited to announce the biggest update yet for the game. Upcoming DLC that will conclude this thrilling saga. The fate of humankind is at stake. It's time to bring an end to the root once and for all. This is the world reveal of Remnant from the Ashes, subject
Last
2923.
update. Oh, nice.
Available August 20th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Cool, cool, cool. Cool game.
They say hope is what makes us human. Hope also let us think we'd won. But the root have another gate somewhere. Another hole we have to plug in our sinking civilization.
It's the final Remnant DLC then.
Thing we need to worry
Oh, nice. I really want to get back to this game. I enjoyed what I played of it.
Rat boys.
Yeah, rat boys.
Wow.
The new Remnant from the Ashes content looks fantastic. And you know what else is fantastic? Hearing the opinions of strangers from the internet. Nothing makes my day as much as hearing what's inside your mind. So please use hashtag PC Gaming Show on whatever your platform of preference may be, and you just might have your comment show up live on the show. Now for our next title, we have to look at classic remasters. Capcom has been updating the
Mafia.
original Resident Evil games, and in the same vein, 2K is now updating Mafia. The original Mafia
Why would you do
is
this?
getting
You build us up, and you're bringing us down.
The 2002 Mafia getting a full.
Dude, the Mafia 2
updated
remaster is the
4K
biggest
support.
insulting
We got a
piece of
brand new
shit. I
trailer
will
for you. So let's
continue
take
to
a look
say
at
it
Lost Heaven
until they
2
address it.
decades later.
It is offensive.
Dude, Hubert, you know
All I
what?
gotta
Not
say.
actual game.
When he mentioned Capcom, I thought they were bringing out the other Onimusha games remastered, and I got really pissed.
They handed you the Morello case.
Right
Also,
out of the
Hubert,
gate.
thanks for catching me up when I came back from my research break. That was nice, man.
And what's it to
Gotcha.
you?
Virtual
It
hug.
must be getting pretty cold by now. Or you got something might warm it up. Yeah, I might
God,
have something.
interlacing.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's like worse in this one.
There's that race.
What do they call you, son? Thomas. Thomas
Thomas
Angelo,
Angelo.
sir.
Interlacing is when the image looks split like that. It's an export problem on the video that they're streaming. It's not in the games that you're looking at.
Yeah.
It's something wrong with their video that they're playing.
Hubert,
Do not buy that. Do not buy that
Man,
trilogy.
Dad, after a beautiful
I
trailer
want,
like that,
I want there to be
gotta
like
know,
press
do you have any
quotes, and
contacts
it's just
in the Mafia?
quoted the worst piece of shit easy out.
Absolutely offensive remaster.
However, I can call one of the developers of Mafia Definitive Edition.
Well, fantastic.
wrong with
Let's
it? You
ring them up,
say
Dev.
completely broken and they have
Joining me
not
to
updated
talk
it once
about
yet.
Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13.
Here you go.
It
Huber,
is
start typing in
Hayden
comments.
Blackman.
Seriously.
Hayden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Like
So
ruins
for
the
people who
reputation of
haven't played
remasters.
the original Mafia,
It's weird to
which
get
is
like a
2002
purely
release.
cinematic trailer for
Talk
that
to
too,
us
especially after
about
announcing
this
it.
game.
Not actually.
Mafia,
showing
the
the
Definitive
screenshot.
Edition
I guess
is a
it-
complete
okay.
ground-up remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in Mafia, you take on the role of Tommy Angelo, who is a cab driver that falls in with the mob during the 1930s, actually during the height of Prohibition, in a city called Lost Heaven, which is loosely based on Chicago. And as a member of the Salieri crime family, he really gets embroiled in a war with the Morello crime family, and we kind of explore that story and Tommy's evolution from cab driver to
This is the
respected
Lucas
member
guy.
of the Mafia.
I feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen HD editions, remasters that are more graphical updates, but my understanding is that this is far more than just a new coat of paint on a game from 2002. Talk to me about what a remake means.
Everything was rebuilt, so every asset, every cinematic was reshot, and all the gameplay was completely redone. Now we've kept all the same big beats from the original game. The story is the same for the most part. All the big plot points are there. All the missions are there and represented. But again, everything was completely rebuilt from the ground up. In order to That's kind cool, of meet but the is it a broken expectations piece of of shit? today's gamers and take advantage.
That's why
of
they
it.
shadow dropped it too. It was so manipulative. They're like, oh, available now. So you
Pretty
don't
much every
realize how
open world
shitty
game
it
is a
is.
central character. In
Right.
2002,
Well, and to be
we've
fair,
seen a
like,
ton of gameplay
this is a different
changes
project by a
between
different
then
team,
And now,
like-
2020.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
talk a
the
little bit about some of the
Mafia
ways
1
you've
Definitive is
updated the open world setting and maybe some of the new mechanics that players can
Oh,
expect?
they're all called definitive. I
So
forgot.
we do that a number of different ways. You know, one, we looked at how populated can we make it, and we took some of the kind of world interactions and some of the things that we did with, crowds and non-player characters and other kind of city life from Mafia 3 and put them into Mafia the Definitive Edition. But we also looked at, are there ways for us to kind of redesign the city so it's more fun to drive around? Do we need to widen the streets? Do we need to make sure that there's not as many 90-degree turns so that you can kind of coast around corners? And as we capture
In the original, you drive like 20 miles an hour. That's part of the vibe.
Make sure that the roads have grip or they're slick in the rain. And so that I think brought a lot of life to it as well, because most of the way that you We need engage the with Huber city cut. is through driving.
I mean, speaking of rebuilding things from the ground up, I gotta ask you about the cinematics. I mean, they looked gorgeous in the trailer. And I mean, what was the process of rebuilding all of those cinematics?
Why did he laugh?
For us, it was really, how do we recreate these? Again, taking advantage of some of the cutting edge stuff that we've been doing at Hangar 13. So, we have, really great facial scanning and likeness capture technology, a state of the art mocap facility. So we really wanted to take advantage of that for, the definitive edition. So we did go in and we rewrote all the cinematics, again, to add some of that language and add some of that character development and maybe some of that clarity that we were going for without losing the essence of each moment.
Well, now it's time for my favorite question.
Yeah.
When can we play Mafia Definitive Edition, and where can people go right now to learn more?
Sure. So we are looking at an August 28th launch date, and we still, have a ways to go, and we're working on that kind of final polish push right now. But I'm really confident, really bullish in that date right now. If you want more information, you can go to mafiagame.com.
After seeing the trailer, I personally am hyped, Hayden. Thank you so much for joining us. at this year's PC gaming show. Once again, MafiaGame.com. For our next title, it's time to head on over to Frank.
Very cautious about that one.
Sure,
Very
and
cautious.
next up, it's one of those games that looks so pretty, we just had to show it to you. Ever wondered what Slay the Spire might be like with Tim Burton at the helm? Well, Road Lords could be the answer. It's being jointly developed by Cyanide and Micah Studio, and sees you building a team from storybook psychos like
2020,
Dracula,
everything's
Bloody
Slay the
Mary,
Spire.
and Baron Samedi.
Yeah.
Makes all the more sense when you realise you're being employed by the devil himself, a job that has my name written all over it. The game is out this October, and we've got a brand new gameplay trailer.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this exclusive gameplay reveal of our new title, Rogue Lords. Development is moving forward, and we are very excited to share some in-game elements and combat mechanics for the very first time. Rogue Lords is a rogue-like game where you play as the devil. You have to build your team with legends of evil and lead them in runs through multiple events and fights. After a terrible defeat years ago, you're finally coming back with your most faithful disciples to wreak havoc and terror in a world unbalanced after your long absence. The combat is turn-based and strategic. You will need to build your set of skills through your run to be prepared for any threat, analyze your enemy's next attacks, and create combos to secure victory. Every skill
It's weird that their
costs
lower
action points.
ticker is
Think
covering
how to
the
make
game.
the best of them each turn. When one of your disciples becomes vulnerable, your own health bar is exposed, which is persistent during the entire run. If your health is reduced to zero, your run is finished.
Devil mode.
In Rogue Lords, you are the devil, so you don't have to play by the same rules as mortals. When the situation becomes tricky, you can use souls to play with the interface and change an enemy health bar, for example. This is an expensive trick to use, but very powerful and useful in the most difficult fights. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more info coming soon. See you next time.
If you're a big fan of roguelikes, you know they're known for two things: procedurally generated worlds and permadeath. Our next game, Unexplored 2, puts an interesting twist on these ideas. What if your character's demise changed the game world itself, altering it for all of your future playthroughs? From developer Ludomotion and publisher Big Sugar, this is Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy.
When called upon to be the next Wayfarer, will you answer? When tasked to take your place in a long line of heroes, will you waver?
Yeah, reminds me
When
of that.
challenged to
What is it,
forge
Saber?
your legacy out
Yeah.
of strife, hardship,
Very similar
and
to that.
magic, will you be victorious? This
That's
is
cool.
our world.
Yeah. Could be cool.
It is your burden. From beyond the gate into the First Valley, there is no return. Will you be ready?
The latest update for Dauntless is the most ambitious chapter yet for this online free-to-play RPG. In Call of the Void, players unravel a mystery surrounding an ancient civilization, culminating in a showdown with a new otherworldly behemoth. And as a nice little bonus, if you go to playdauntless.com right now and use the code PCGamingShow2020, you can get some free in-game rewards. Nice. Let's take a closer look at this update that's available now in Dauntless.
Nice.
This is Call of the Void.
Nice. Drenai vibes.
There's still more games to come on the PC Gaming Show. Here's what's around the corner. Take a closer look at Blightbound, the new action RPG from Devolver. A special collection of exciting independent games coming to PC. Back to you, Frankie.
There aren't many games about being in nature, which is why Among Trees
RPG.
caught my eye. In this first-person survival sandbox, you get to explore a colourful, breathing world that's full to the brim with life. Just don't go wandering around like Snow White. Wild, deadly beasts share this painted world with you, and you'll want to move carefully to avoid
Painted
their
world?
bitey bits. Produced by a 3-person team out of Sweden, this project demonstrates the creative power of independent creators on PC.
Show me the bears.
Show me the hugging.
Yeah.
Firewatch.
Yeah, Firewatch vibes.
Yeah.
Somebody chopped down trees today.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's like a nice house.
Cozy.
Yeah, very, very cozy.
This greenhouse is sweet.
This is a Sunday afternoon game.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy that it only lets you play on Sundays. Like it fracturing
Among
your
Trees.
calendars. Like you can't, not today.
Now,
Dude,
Game store now.
Early
Yeah.
access on Epic.
available.
What is that game called?
Now, if you're like
Among
me,
Trees.
you've drunk your
Among
fair
Trees,
share
writing that
of
down.
potions in video games over the years. But you've probably never stopped to consider the business side of these magical
$16.99.
elixirs.
Dude.
In
Pretty low
Potionomics,
price.
you're a witch who must
Early
save
access,
her
though.
potion shop from the clutches of greedy loan sharks, bartering and haggling with a slew of demanding customers. Let's take a closer look at this unique fantasy concept.
Exclusive.
Oh, was I looking at my Epic Game Store? Sorry. I forgot I was capturing. I forgot I was capturing desktop instead of Windows. I'll get it later.
Yeah, dude, Among Trees. Dude, this looks delightful.
Yeah, what is going on here?
Yeah, this looks
Well,
awesome.
shop manager?
Cards, baby.
Cards.
Everywhere, dude.
can't escape the cards. Cool style though.
Yeah, that's a good look.
I could use one of those cards.
It's fun to have a card game that's like having a
Negotiation.
conversation, yeah.
Yeah.
Oceanomics.
Oceanomics. Hubert, you got to give us a report on the economy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to play that right now.
We spend a lot of time in video games fixated on finding the best, the most powerful gear. But in our next game, Mortal Shell, things are a little different. You aren't scouring a dungeon looking for a +1 sword. You're exploring
is
a
the Elden
shattered
Ring
world
game,
for the
right?
remains of defeated warriors that you then possess.
The closest
like a
we'll get today,
ghost.
probably.
These are the Mortal Shells, and they're much more than mere pieces of armor and stats. Each one has a
I'm very curious
complicated
about this game.
backstory, a
They showed it
playstyle,
during
and an
the,
identity might give you mixed
IGN
feelings
show.
about the body you're occupying.
Yeah, I watched the
Coming later this
trailer
year
they sent over
exclusively to
yesterday.
the Epic Game Store on PC, let's take a look at this gorgeous and brutal action game, Mortal Shell.
Gorgeous and brutal.
I saw a shot where he was like knocked out of the armor, so I'm hoping we see what that's about.
Counted the days until you'd gone. 1,000,000 eyes peering across time and space, yearning for a glimpse of the unknown.
Looks cool.
PC gaming show.
Huh?
You seem different.
The consecrated fires revealed cinders
Oh.
and shadows. But beneath it all, no monsters, no gods, only oblivion.
Break it through the shield.
Oh, good death.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's like you were Promethean there for a second.
It's like Link for Stark Link right here.
Right, Ellis?
I've been watching this game for a while. The camera looks better than I've seen before. It used to be really close, I felt like, so I was kind of worried about it, but it looks a little better now.
Interesting tactic, join Discord for beta access.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Get those
We've gotten the chance to see some of the core gameplay of Mortal Shell, but now it's time to talk about bosses. Bosses are a classic staple of this type of RPG. And in our second piece of Mortal Shell footage, we'll see a boss that isn't just a one-and-done threat. Instead, it's a constant adversary throughout the campaign. The Hattern is a mysterious throughout Mortal Shell. As you grow in skill and master new weapons, so will he. The clip we're about to watch shows the player's very first duel with the elusive adversary.
Yeah.
Let's take a
I
look.
hope it's better than the Pursuer.
Yeah, the Pursuer was a letdown for sure.
Looks cool, but a little splashy.
Yeah.
It just looks really heavy. Like, you're not going to be rolling around like crazy, which is fine, but...
You're the robots
feel
from
like
the intro of Westworld.
Something about the feedback of the hits is a little off.
He's like petrified.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he like blinked out for a second. That was interesting.
Maybe it is like a thing, you know.
Shows you how important that From Software music is.
The upward swings are kind of interesting.
Not much going on in this arena.
It feels like a kind of an odd way to move sometimes.
Look.
Is there some like outside
Is that
thing?
the first
making you both
parry or
petrified?
something? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Because it's not using it. Yeah, neither of the meters were going down when he uses that like ability.
The little circle has a charge up on it.
But it's not going down when you use it.
Like right there, it went off. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, there's like no.
Sure.
Yeah.
What?
That's his true form.
Typically on the PC gaming show, we
like
don't
Nidhogg
spend too much time talking about
every boss fight
in 64.
Kind of a weird thing to
The beauty of
show,
PC gaming
but
is that
it
one
still
way
looks
or
like it's
another,
pretty
almost all games find their way to us. And
It's
are
like Hollow
often
Knight, that's how you get
better off
around.
For it.
Yeah,
After giving
maybe.
Blade Runner and Turok the Remaster treatment, Night Dive Studios
Silksong win.
is now modernizing Shadow Man, a 1999 cult
Shadow
classic.
Man?
A man is coming back!
Oh,
Shadow
God.
Man, holy crap.
A whole suite of cut content from this dark action classic.
That's what I love that.
Wow.
When you say cut content coming back.
One of the most
Beautiful.
difficult games I ever played as a kid, dude. Like, could get 30 minutes in.
I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Now you can get 40
Yeah.
minutes in.
Yeah, it's like
I had a Nintendo Power poster of
Nintendo
this in my room at
64,
one point.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
Turok, and what else they say they did?
Blade Runner.
Oh, right.
They also did Doom 64 recently.
Dude! Throwback, man.
Looks good.
I love remasters and remakes.
Except Mafia.
Except Mafia 2, don't buy it!
Except those that make me furious.
Gutter trash.
Gutter trash.
It's like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Dude.
I never actually played this.
I haven't played this either.
Very difficult.
I'm into it though.
Sphincter doors.
Ooh, music.
It's all like kind of like based around voodoo and stuff, right? Because I think just seeing the gameplay with him from behind, you don't really get a good shot of his character.
Ducking. Classic wrist grab. Just grab it with your wrist.
I know you can't see his glasses. They're so cool.
And
Can't
this
see
sort of
anything.
like third-person action exploration games like this. Very Tomb
Lee the
Raider-y.
Shadow Man.
Shadow. So cool. I can't believe
I've
that.
seen that logo before.
Yeah, there used to be ads for Shadow Man like all the time.
I'm on a
in
first-name
magazines where he
basis with our
sold them
next
skull.
guest, as he has been here at the PC Gaming Show 6 years running. From Tripwire Interactive, the president himself, it's John
nice.
Gibson. Thanks so much for joining us, John.
Sean, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited to be back with you again. to
Chivalry,
talk
probably?
About so much cool stuff happening at Tripwire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, and I just want to kick off by asking, talk to me about Killing Floor 2.
So Killing Floor 2 just released the Perilous Plunder Summer Update.
Okay.
It's got 4 new weapons, Blunderbuss, Glock 18, Kaboom Stick, Tesla Launcher, new official map called Desolation, Space Pirate themed outfits. We're running a seasonal event with rewards until July 7th. And right now, it's free on Steam for a week, so you can
Keeps
go
going.
play.
I also have to ask about the follow-up to a game that was announced at the PC Gaming Show, Chivalry 2. Talk to me about Chivalry 2.
So we're working with Torn Banner Studios. We're publishing, Torn Banner's developing, and Chivalry 2 is coming along great.
Can we stream
it's
this,
so
guys?
fun.
Yeah,
and we're
dude.
excited to announce some big news,
Voice chat.
cross-play between the
Yeah, no voice
PC
chat.
and the consoles, so you can hack and slash your console
I know
friends
you're
in
kidding.
Chivalry 2.
Yeah, crossplay.
And last, a game that has been so popular on Twitch. Talk
Hell
to me
yeah, I'd love to
about
stream.
Man
It'd be a fun
Yeah,
stream.
so we were so excited to get Maneater out the door. You know, we've shown it to you guys originally in 2018.
still gotta
We had
play
all that
this, friend.
fun with Frankie in the shark suit, which I'm kind of missing. The game is doing great. People are loving it.
Bring back
So
the
much
shark
fan
suit.
love, so many fan videos. We're just really happy to have it out there and people eating lots of humans.
It's such a funny game too. You know, you've talked a little bit about what games, what has been announced from Tripwire Interactive. What's coming up next for Tripwire?
So I wish we could come forward and announce an all-new game, and
humans.
that would be great, but
Must be from
I
the
can give
East
you a few
Coast.
hints. So Chivalry 2, you know, is in process. It's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, hopefully. Maneater, we're taking the community feedback and we're looking at things that we can add to the game. So you haven't seen the last of Maneater.
Okay.
And Killing Floor
tease.
2, you know, the game came out in 2015. So we're really thinking about what's next for the Killing Floor franchise. So stay tuned.
Well, if history is any indicator, John, I'm sure I'll see you at next year's PC Gaming Show with
Sequel
those
tease.
very updates. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Now, at this year's PC Gaming Show, we've already taken a look at some Epic Game Store exclusives. Mortal Shell in particular looks very promising. But for a sense of what else there is, let's take a look at this.
Epic Game Store sizzle reel.
This shit was totally ending with Bloodborne.
Man, dude, come on now.
Is that Assassin's Creed?
It was.
That ain't showing up here.
Yeah, next month, right? Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft. What, July 11th?
Pony Hop.
Yeah,
Dude, September. Did we know that?
I think so.
Yeah, they gave their they have their release date.
Cool.
Meaty Boy Forever?
Haven't heard about this for a while.
Doesn't have a
Dude, among trees. Yeah.
Yeah,
Twin Mirror.
twin mirror.
Nice.
Oh yeah, this is the that timeline RTS game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Plot everything out and then watch it happen.
Oh, yeah, that
Rewind,
Airborne
fast
game.
forward.
Wasn't Super Meat Boy Forever supposed to be out like a year ago?
Iron Harvest, shout out.
Got delayed.
Nice.
It's a podcast
I
and a
just
Boston
really
shout
want
out.
to play it.
There's that Assassin's Creed.
to see more assassins.
Swordfall.
The wish listing, man.
Yep. Sell it.
Blightbound is a 3-player dungeon crawler where you and your friends explore unique dungeons,
Blightbound.
fighting a terrifying cadre of mystical and monstrous
But she
enemies,
said
grab
Blightbound.
valuable
Yeah,
loot,
I
and
said
recover fallen
Blightbound.
heroes to expand your roster of available warriors.
I thought it said
That's
Blighttown.
on its way
Ben, you have
onto
your own
Steam
personal
Early
Echo.
Access later this year as an ever-expanding
form of
game
humor.
with
It's
new
awesome.
maps, new heroes to add to your roster, and new loot to retrieve through free updates.
Behold, Blightbound, a cooperative dungeon
Okay, it
crawler
is.
that
All right,
asks
confirmed.
3 heroes to venture down from their mountain refuge to
I thought you
face
said
the
Blightbound.
abominations of the Blight, a mysterious and corrupting fog that enshrouds the land. Each player will choose a hero from one of 3 classes: warrior,
Forge Titan's might!
assassin,
Let me at him.
or mage.
My greatest power awaits.
Battle a terrifying horde
That
of monstrous
interlacing.
enemies and
looks so
colossal
great.
bosses.
Beat 'em up, roguelike,
Each
darkest
class of
dungeon
hero
vibes.
fulfills a specific role on the team to overcome
I just want
mounting
to see Darkest
odds,
Dungeon 2 in action.
solve clever
I know.
puzzles, and synchronize their ultimate abilities to
It's a rip off the
unleash
pants
maximum
moment.
damage.
This looks so
Battle
good.
through 3 distinct lands, each with several dungeons to conquer, including the eerie Gravemine, the oppressive Underhold, and the precarious Blood Ridge. Steel your nerves and prepare once again to enter the Blight Warrior. We are Blightbound.
Are you viewers at home still thinking about that computer?
No.
I know I am.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh, sorry.
Must
And
be
now live
nicest.
from the PC Gaming Show.
One thing we cherish about PC gaming is its openness. The PC is a platform where anyone can build stuff, tinker, and express themselves, and that spirit invites creators, streamers, developers, stores, and all kinds of different voices to contribute to PC gaming's vibrancy. We've already featured a lot of exciting independent games here today, but in rapid fire succession, here are 8 more indie projects that we're excited about. Shadows of Doubt is a detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city.
Cool.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh. DSX vibes. Let's go.
Yeah. I was thinking Thief.
Holy moly.
Print it.
Whoa. Interesting menu. Whoa.
Gmail. Wow.
Dude,
In the
video
Forgotten
games.
City,
Yeah.
you fall into an ancient
Video
Roman
games.
utopia, only to find it full of people, mysteries, and difficult moral choices. Explore an open world locked in time.
Each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. Somebody is about to end our lives. Your job is to figure out who and stop them.
Duh.
It's based on like a Skyrim mod or
Already
something.
know what will happen
Yeah.
if you
That's-
fail.
They said it was based on a mod.
Yeah.
Find
Yeah, it
your
was
own
Skyrim
truth in
mod.
Paradise Killer, a first-person open-world murder mystery. Play as investigation freak Lady Love Dies as they explore the world, uncover the facts, and breathe life back into paradise.
There's been a murder. Last night, Paradise was killed. I'm investigation freak Lady Love Dies.
Yeah, this game is
reporting
nuts.
for
Somebody played this on Community Showcase,
It's
actually.
my job to
Oh.
scour the streets of Paradise and hunt for evidence. Any one of these
Persona S
psychopaths
music,
could have done
But
it.
it's not out
And I
yet.
dig the style.
Breathing life
I don't
back
know,
into
yeah.
Paradise won't be easy. When love
Yeah, all the
dies,
characters
that
are
remains
2D.
are the facts.
Like the styles are
Paradise
nuts.
Killer. Coming soon.
Open world
Haven is
murder
an
mystery,
RPG
dude.
about the
Yeah.
journey of two lovers escape to a lost planet
Whoa,
to
they
stay
just
together.
you already showed Haven. What?
No, that was in the other one.
That was the other conference.
Oh. Got confused. Gotta love that double dip. You gotta feel good going into today with the double dip game.
Good thing we don't have to scrub.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
Oh, come on. Dodge this one. Got it.
Weird, the other trailer didn't have VO. I think.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a lot of VO in this game.
A lot's happened in a couple
Sound
hours.
effects too.
Yeah, they updated it.
But that was really brief.
Ave.
Cartel Tycoon is a narrative-driven drug empire simulator where you rule as a succession of fictional drug lords in a world
Drug
where death
empire.
and violence are inevitable.
Giraffe for your house.
Kind of Tropico vibes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Chill.
Free demo.
Free demo.
Free demo, yeah.
Trash Sailors is a survival cult adventure game set in a dangerous
Trash
ruined
Sailors.
world full of junk where you and friends must survive the Great Flood.
Oh, it's from Tiny Build. That kind of makes sense.
Grabbing. The way they move is so funny.
Yeah.
I wonder what the number means.
Ah.
That game looks fun.
Cris
He's like,
Tales
"Ah."
is an indie love letter to classic RPGs that lets you experience past,
Yes.
present, and
Yeah.
future simultaneously.
Oh yeah, this one looked
Good
crazy.
to get an update on this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's still so gorgeous.
And a little more metal now.
Yeah, this is definitely taking some cues from some classic JRPG music for sure.
Oh, that's pretty epic.
Stained glass window hype.
Demo on
Oh, they have a date.
Oh.
Yeah, the demo that was last
Next-gen
year.
consoles coming soon.
Set
Probably
in a
the same one.
vibrant fantasy world created in collaboration with RPG veteran Chris Avalone, Alaloth
Alaloth.
offers fast-paced action with a deep narrative, bringing
That
ARPG
just
dynamics
sounds
to a
fun to
new
say.
level with a skill-based
Alaloth.
gameplay
Alaloth.
inspired by great
Alaloth.
classics and modern
RPG.
masterpieces.
Da, 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 da.
Does look like a classic CRPG.
Weird West is a curious project from the co-creators of two of our favorite games, Dishonored and Prey. Despite its top-down perspective, Weird West carries forth much of the same spirit of those first-person games laid out in a dark reimagining of the Wild West, filled with fantastical creatures. From Wolf-Eye Studios and Devolver, let's take a look at Weird West.
The West, the land of opportunity. A place where you can be a hero, a scoundrel, and anything in between. This ain't quite the Wild West as you know it. There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead of night with their own rules and their own peculiar moments.
Tomahawk up in here.
Welcome to the Weird West.
Isn't there a game called Hard West that was like pretty similar?
There's a movie called Slow West.
That's a good. Cool art style. What's that other one? West of Dead or whatever?
Yeah.
So many top-down Weird West games.
Coming out here could be the best.
That was very similar to the last trailer that we saw.
When was the last time I saw it? Was it Game Awards? We saw it.
Joining me to talk about Weird West is the president and creative director at Wolf-Eye Studios. It's Ralph Colantonio.
It's
How's
all
it
about
going,
this
Ralph?
interview.
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I am awesome and
I'm
eager to
great.
talk about this game. And I want to start with something very straightforward. What is Weird West?
Weird West is an action RPG that is set in an environment that is called the Weird West. And it's very much of the kind of games that I've been working on in the past, except that the perspective is more like a isometric, top-down kind of view.
Yeah, I mean, we've referenced Prey and Dishonored, and we normally think of the immersive sim as first-person games like that. What happens when you try to translate that to that top-down isometric perspective?
There's not much different in the spirit. You will really find yourself at home. It's just that it's a different perspective. So instead of seeing through the eyes of the player, of the character, you have a chance to run a party of people. So you have followers, and you have more kind of like a strategy kind of view. But the exploration and everything is, is still the same kind of spirit, but with a different perspective.
And in particular for people that maybe haven't played immersive sims, I know that the whole notion of creative problem solving is a big aspect, multiple ways to get past the same obstacle. Can you give some examples of that in Weird West?
We like games where we set up an environment for you, a context, there's a world, there are characters, there are objects, and all of those objects have got consistent rules. And then there's an objective, which is, for example, go inside this house and frame a character by putting a letter that he did not actually truly write, but you put it there so that the sheriff can find it, right? You could do it in a very stealthy way, which would be what you would imagine people would do. So probably use a power and put people to sleep and then get inside.
You've talked about the different things that you can do as a player in the game, but who are you? What can the player do to shape who the character is over the course of the game?
Right, so this is a very good question and also a very dangerous one for me.
It's the riskiest question yet, man.
To make it simple, you are going to play 5 different characters. Once the main quest is over with the first character, you go to the next one. Now, the first one is still in the world, so you can go back and recruit him or her in your party.
What does death mean for you and for your companions in Weird West?
It's a risk that we're taking. We're gonna have different modes. There's the super hard mode where you die and you're dead.
Is the game sort of designed to be like playing in one forward timeline? If someone dies, you're not supposed to reload. You're just supposed to continue to play within the same world?
Yeah, you continue to play with the same world, but now the sad thing is that that doesn't apply to your followers. Yeah, the characters that are with you, but maybe they'll come back at you someday under the form of an undead, or you don't know what's gonna happen. You can revive your followers if you're there and if you have the right tools with you. But if you don't and they die, that's it. Your followers are now in a little graveyard somewhere.
You make it sound cute. A precious little graveyard. Well, they will maybe come back as the undead. Yeah. Now, Raph, when can people get their hands on Weird West?
So the game ships in 2021, but some of you are gonna have a chance to play a demo actually pretty soon in the incoming months. You can follow Wolf-Eye Studios on Twitter and as well as Devolver Digital on right Twitter on as the well, money. For more information about that.
Well, wonderful, Raph. Thank you so much for coming out. Once again, that is Devolver Digital, Wolf-Eye Studios on Twitter for that upcoming demo. For our next game, believe it or not, yet again, we're gonna go to Frankie.
Sean, I don't know about you, but there are times I wish for a simpler life. A life spent as a farmer in a humble JRPG village, where all I have to worry about is which vegetables to plant, what to name my chickens, and which of the dozen townsfolk I should propose marriage to. Our next game is a return to that simpler life. From XC Games, this is Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Wearing the baseball cap.
Yeah.
Respect. I was hoping that was going to take a metal turn at some point.
Marvelous.
Yeah, like this, yeah.
I'm so happy you've been sending me your
Find love.
reactions, your
Gather your
memes,
alpaca
your takes
forces.
to various temperatures throughout the show.
Pet your
through
cat.
the wonderful magic of motion graphics. You can even read them before your very eyes right now. I'm delighted by so many of them. Furious at a few, but I'm confused by none because you're just making a lot of sense today. We're in the home stretch of the show, so please continue to let us know which PC games you're excited about by using hashtag PC Gaming Show. Now, when it comes to genres, there are few as ambitious on PC as the MMO. It requires a vast amount of resources to create a rich, living, breathing world to entertain hundreds of thousands of players for years. And I know this because I watched Season 1 of Mythic Quest.
Toys to
Due
life
on
in MMOs.
closed beta on July 23rd,
Look out.
Amazon Games' New World aims to deliver that vast open world with pitched battles of 100 players. I'm excited to announce today that if you pre-order New World right now, you can get into that July 23rd beta a full month before the full release on August 25th. This is New World.
It's a good point. Should probably make him in the game.
They changed their world PvP, which was really controversial a few months back.
Oh, really? Was there an alpha or something?
I think so, yeah. And it was like legit open world PvP, kill anyone.
Oh.
Oh, they made so you can't do that?
Yeah, I don't think you can do it anymore.
Plague doctors, you say? Oh.
Combat kind of lacks impact.
Yeah. Looks like an MMO.
Very, very dark. Nice horn.
Jones is in.
It's good horn.
That guy had some
What if
nice
I wonder if that's a mode?
horns, too.
Yeah.
Nice horn.
That looks like some PvP.
Yeah, I think it's more like big sieges now.
Oh.
Crazy.
A menacing face.
That's soon. Shit.
Amazon.
For the
I feel like the style
Here on the
looks
PC
kinda
Gaming
generic.
Show, we're big fans of Life is
Yeah,
Strange,
the visuals aren't
the
that good.
award-winning adventure series
sorry,
from
the
developer
aesthetic.
Don't.
The aesthetic of that
Having
game.
undergone some big changes
generic.
since its first reveal in 2018, Twin Mirror, the studio's next game,
let's
is
go.
a psychological thriller that follows
Twin
investigative
Mirror.
journalist Sam, who returns to his
Don't know it
hometown
is
in
live.
West Virginia.
Psychological
Available to
thriller.
wishlist now on the Epic Games Store. Let's watch.
Available to wishlist doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's like everything's
Stop.
available to wishlist.
Do you have a title? Okay, you can available to wishlist it.
Announcing you can write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Put a post-it note on your bedroom
Basswood is
door.
many things. Peaceful tops that list. Until that day.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
Yeah.
Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. You might be right. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
Heavy Rain but good.
You may have seen Metal Hellsinger announced earlier this week, and today we get the opportunity to take a closer look at this unique game that the studio bills as a rhythm FPS. Published by Funcom, you have to battle through 8 hells, blasting demons to a heavy metal soundtrack. And to talk about one of the most epic encounters in the game is the creative director at The Outsiders, David Goldfarb. Take it away, David.
Thanks. And let me say it's a pleasure to be here. And I think right now everybody needs some games to give us a break from the reality that we're currently inhabiting. So that's why we're here now. So what you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger.
Pre-alpha.
Hope you like it.
It's a fun idea for a game.
It really is.
Those who challenge the law shall suffer.
But he said we needed a break from events.
Yeah.
Good edit, kept it on the beat.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
It'd be great if like the things we were shooting were also the things playing the music, kind of like from Dusk Till Dawn. All right, let's kill the band.
Good shout out, friends.
It's like weird when you're not shooting.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd the kick drum go?
It's like I'm only using the shotgun ever.
Yeah. Well, because the cocking is like rhythmic too. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you're like a winged beast person. Desist. The combat looks a little whatever.
If they have a lot of double bass parts, it's going to be real easy just to do whatever you want.
In the Dungeons of Nahelbeck, the Amulet of Chaos. The Amulet of Chaos is a fun and silly tactical RPG that's coming to PC later this summer. It features a group of adventurers searching a dungeon for treasure. Each one of the characters has their own skill sets, or lack thereof, fighting styles, and inventory. Each one is kind of a failure, but together, they're too dumb to fail. The game doesn't take itself too seriously. It has lots of in-jokes for tabletop games, and for some reason it features a lot of chickens. Anyway, here is an exclusive preview of the Amulet of Chaos.
Tables of Escapades references?
Yeah.
Maybe.
We in there? We in there?
If there's grain, we'll count it.
You again? I'd expected your asses to be turned into lampshades by now.
You roach! I'm pissed.
Ha! Pleased to meet you, Pissed. I'm Revax.
What a burn! We'll smash your rotten brains out of your skull.
How about we try diplomacy, maybe?
No. Attack! Guards! Guards! Dispatch these smelly bushwhackers! Zibat relic hizmat!
I really appreciate that. The barbarian. No, attack!
So many games today?
Yeah.
Can't even like process it.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm like,
We still have one more show to go.
I don't know about you guys, but my wish list is getting nuts.
Who's gonna have the longest
You need
wish
water
list?
to go sailing. Our next game, Red Sails, puts you on a boat in the middle
What?
of a sea
Oh.
of desert. In this
What?
intriguing narrative adventure, you rescue stranded people while looking for the rest of your clan. Let's take a look at Red Sails.
Red Sails.
well,
Pretty,
the sails
pretty.
are red. The whole world is quicksand?
Kind of creepy.
It's neat though.
Yeah, I'm kind of into this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I'm way into this.
Oh yeah, well I wish
navigating
listed
by
it.
stars.
Oh, damn it, you beat me to the joke. Is it multiplayer, they say?
This is cool.
Those stones with holes in them those are in like Journey too.
Pretty chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Push this now.
So, DevBot, do you have any access to some medical programs in case I, bump my foot against some of these cold, unforgiving walls?
Query received, Sean. In order to familiarize you with basic life-saving procedures, I have established contact with game developer Bossa Studios, the creators of
Remember when
Surgeon
James and
Simulator
Elise were just
2.
randomly in the beginning of this?
Well,
Yeah, I've been waiting for
I
you to come
wasn't
back.
really planning on doing any surgery. I feel like if I was injured, you'd be the one doing the surgery.
My analysis shows that Surgeon Simulator 2 contains all of the vital instructions for repairing fragile human bodies. 1 hour of Surgeon Simulator 2 is equivalent to 1 year of human medical school.
That's not true, but I appreciate your enthusiasm and thirst for knowledge, DevBot. And I'm certainly interested in this game. So let's take a look at Surgeon Simulator 2.
I remember these trailers. I don't know if we've seen a lot of gameplay from this yet. The first trailer was really weird. Yeah, Milo's in it.
Oh.
Jeez.
Tickling this.
Yeah, I want to play this.
Why do they want them?
Why don't you?
I guess. I guess that's because that's what the gameplay is.
Whoa. Just like pointing at each other the whole time. Pretty funny. What?
I love this.
Wow, they really took this in a direction. Whoa.
Is it just always
The jump at the end.
Joining us to talk about Surgeon Simulator 2, we got Mark Pick on the line. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, for anyone who has not experienced the hilarity of Surgeon Simulator 1, can you just give us the gist and tell us, what is Surgeon Simulator 2 all about?
We've kind of taken the tone and the heart of the original, which is that chaotic physics gameplay, and we've really kind of blown it out to brand new epic proportions. So in the original game, you're just one arm kind of moving around on one table. In the new game, you're actually a fully limbed surgeon moving around for the first time in the series on 2 feet. In the original game as well, yeah, right. What an innovative feature!
Just starts laughing.
In the original game as well, you were limited to just surgery, whereas in Surgeon Simulator 2, there's a whole plethora of brand new mechanics, challenges, and gameplay elements to explore. You're not just looking over one patient's chest cavity anymore, but you're actually exploring a fully fledged medical facility.
Can you maybe tease a little bit of some of the other, perhaps, medical operations that I get to perform in Surgeon Simulator 2?
Yeah, so there is 12 operations in the game, and you will have seen a few of those in the trailer just now. Think of that facility as like a little bit like the original Surgeon Simulator, with a bit of kind of a mad scientist lab thrown in there, through this kind of lens of like a Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory vibe. Like, you're never really sure what's going to be around the next corner, and what new twist or what dark machinery you're going to come across next. So players are going to come across everything from like surgical vending machines, over-engineered operating theatres, automatic patient dispensers, my personal favourite, which is actually an improvised cannon, where you can actually
Automatic
fire limbs or
patient
organs and
dispenser.
things across to your fellow surgeons on the other side of the room to keep operating on Bob.
Now, Mark, I understand that there is a creation tool in Surgeon Simulator 2. What does that entail?
Yeah, that's right. So in keeping with the variety and the surprise that we talked about before, in Surgeon Simulator 2, we're proud to announce that we are bringing the Bossa Labs creation mode to the game. Now, in creation mode, you as a solo player or in a group of up to 4 players can get stuck into the very same tools that we as designers and developers use to build our very own story mode. It's an easy to use, intuitive, friendly set of tools where it's as much fun to create as it is to play.
So I want to ask, what are some of the examples of the types of levels, the types of creations that people have made?
That's a great question. So we've been live for the last few months already. The wealth and the variety of content made by players so far has been really, really incredible to see. So there's been everything in there from traditional takes on surgery, like the end of the original game. We've also got ghost ships in there. We've got bowling alleys. We've even got a take on the Surgeon Olympics, where people are bouncing around Bob's head and using that as a ball. And then we've got my personal favourite, which is the kind of the take on the bottle flip challenge. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but where you can kind of flip a bottle with the hands and kind of, it's not the easiest thing to do with the Surgeon Simulator. And you just kind of step back and see the physics chaos play out. And it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying to see play out.
Mark, I had a blast playing Surgeon Simulator 1. When can people play Surgeon Simulator 2, and how do they get access to this creation workshop you've mentioned?
Surgeon Simulator 2 is coming to the Epic Game Store in August 2020, and you can pre-order that right now. You can also go to surgeonsimulator.com for more information and follow us at Surgeon Sim on Twitter to learn more.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's Mark Pick. I'm Sean Plott. Let's go to Frankie Ward.
Sean, you'll remember our next developer from their
So I have an
appearance in the
important
PC
correction.
Gaming Show way back in 2015.
That was emailed to me. Godfall is
Hello
not on
Games are
Unreal
a
5, it's
small
Unreal
UK
4.
indie studio, perhaps better known for building the infinite,
Now I gotta take it off the
procedurally
wish
curated
list.
universe of No Man's Sky. But their next big release
gonna
is
say, that was
an
a big
altogether more
mix-up.
intimate, handcrafted affair.
Did we assume that, or did
The
they
Last
say that?
Campfire
They
is an
said it.
adventure
They
game.
said That's why we got an
The story
email.
of
For
a
sure.
lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Let's check it out.
Oh, yeah, this looks good.
I remember this.
This is in the
Yeah,
Indie
same
World
trailer.
Showcase.
Is it?
Oh,
It's
some
in
of this
the
looks
Indie
new.
World- it was in Indie World Showcase. I don't know if it's the same shots.
The song, though.
I don't think they had the song though.
They didn't. Yeah, I remember
Hello
that song.
Games. Sean Murray got to talk for a bit, yeah.
The Last Campfire. Yeah, I forgot the name of that before. Yeah.
Escape from Tarkov has become one of the breakout successes of 2020, becoming a smash hit on Twitch as players fell in love with its extra gritty take on first-person shooters. But as anyone who works on the
Yeah, I have
internet
no
will
idea
tell
what happened
you,
to Tunic.
the people always want
Oh, yeah.
more. And more we've got for you today. Because in a moment, I'm going to be speaking to one of the game's developers about what's coming next. And that includes a spicy new map. Hey, DevBot, why don't you show them what we got?
Spicy new meat. The interlacing really hitting hard on this game. Synths.
You noticed. Be sure to wishlist synths on this summer.
I have several synths with wish listed Brandon Jones.
Yeah. Welcome to the PC Synth Show.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, is this new stuff, or are we just like getting?
They said a new map, right?
Yeah. Oh, here comes the music again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music
that hallway
only works if the power's on.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with this game.
How many doors are we gonna open? Nice little doge.
magazine.
Whoa. Was it interesting, Matt? Introduction.
Here with me to talk about what's coming next
What an odd
is
trailer.
Nikita Buyanov from Battlestate Games.
That music
Thanks so
felt
much for
like it
joining us
cut
today,
off too
Nikita.
early.
Thank you for having me.
I would love if you would kick off by, just for anyone who hasn't played or seen Escape for Tarkov, how does a session
it's
of Escape
so weird,
for Tarkov
like, here-
work? What makes it different
looked
from,
fine.
say, a class-based shooter or a battle royale?
It's more about like true survival. You need to actually escape from a location through extract points, and you need to actually save your life and save your gear and your loot. And if you die, you will lose everything.
So how does the new map compare to the existing map set in Tarkov?
It will be the biggest and the most detailed location ever. It will be a lot of explorable buildings, undergrounds. It's like an attempt to simulate the city, the realistic modern city.
So give me a breakdown of what's coming up in this upcoming patch 12.7.
12.7 is
Stay tuned
more
after
like
the
a
credits
technical
for a
patch.
special word
it
from
will
New Blood. It
include
just said
a
at the
big
bottom.
addition
Oh.
called the expansion.
Oh, because of
for
the,
customs location. Customs
myth.
is the pretty
Oh, the
iconic
trailer,
This
location
trailer.
for the EFT. It will like
That's a quick
enlarge
turnaround.
the overall area
Yeah.
by 30 or even 40%. The next updates we will totally like overhaul the whole skill system, and there will be new boss called Senator. This boss will able to heal his partners and like search for stashes. So we always try to bring something new in terms of new bosses. Really big amount of cool features are to come this year. We'll try to bring some new experience for you.
Escape from Tarkov has been playable for a long time. For anyone who's listening who hasn't yet played it, where should they go?
They should go to our site, www.escapefromtarkov.com, and see for yourself. You could purchase it over there.
So once again, escapefromtarkov.com to check it out. And Nikita, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
For our next titled PC gaming show, it's time to head on over to the inimitable Frankie Ward.
Yeah, once again, the
Over the last
stripes are
decade,
from their
developer
video.
Red Barrels has given us some of the most
not
messed
in
up
this-
horror games
This
ever
show is
created.
Red Barrels. Red Barrels.
The next game in the Outlast
Red
series
Barrels.
offers more mind-numbing terror, but this time with friends.
Okay.
Outlast Trials
Let's
is set
go.
during the Cold War, and in this happy
Outlast
period
Trials.
of distrust,
Dude,
fear,
with co-op?
and violence, you and your friends are human guinea pigs, involuntarily recruited to test advanced methods of brainwashing and mind control. Good times. But work together, and maybe you'll survive the Outlast Trials.
But are there motorcycles?
Yeah. Don?
I mean, that could be the plot to a Trials game.
Sure.
Hostile.
Holy shit.
Yo!
I'm disturbed.
Night vision device fully
Yeah, dude.
operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
Built-in night vision device.
Let's go, dude. What a surprise.
Grab my hand!
This is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well.
Oh!
Oh.
Bleh.
Wow.
That's intense.
Really great surprise.
And with that, the 2020 PC Gaming Show is now
fun wrap-up.
complete. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you got the chance to see
you're
some
welcome.
games that excited and delighted you. Also, as you might imagine, it is really challenging to put on a show with no nearby gaming conventions. So an enormous thanks to our sponsors for helping to make this show possible. This year, the sponsors are mythical. Perfect World, Funcom, Frontier Developments, Exceed Games, Atlas, Intel, All In Games, Humble Games, Sega, Amazon Games, Merge Games, Tripwire Interactive, and the Epic Games Store. Without your support, we would not have had the opportunity to put on a show for the greatest platform, PC gaming. Now, before I say goodbye, I want to give a warm thanks and a chance for my co-host to say goodbye.
What was
thanks
that?
again, DevBot.
Screen like moving out.
I am glad to have been of service, Sean. I'm going to shut down into sleep mode to conserve power until next year. Frankie, what is your goodbye message?
Thank you so much to all of our devs for your incredible games, and of course a massive thanks to our sponsors for making this all happen. And finally,
One more special trailer it
big
says down
thanks
there.
to you guys at home for watching.
Yeah.
I'm actually off with my little evil sidekick now to take over the world, and I really, really do look forward to being your evil Emperor Overlord. Until next year, thank you so much, and goodbye.
I'm okay with it.
All right, that's it. Coming up next is the Future Games Show over at twitch.tv/GamesRadar, where you'll see more exclusive reveals, deep dives on the future of gaming, and developer interviews. With that, I'm Sean Day9Plot, and this has been the PC Gaming Show. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.
Keep the dial here.
Don't touch that dial.
Oh, Luke,
Don't touch it.
Hello, world. Or rather, goodbye, world. These are the credits. Run credits.exe. Load credits.bat. Open credits.wad. You get the idea. These are the humans who helped me make the show. I don't know why humans require acknowledgement for everything. Who is that? They are not in my database. My whole head is a video. I could have been the video team. You didn't even ask me.
Any puppeteers getting a nod, I wonder, for DevBot?
I had a good time during the show.
That was very
I'm
fun.
still not sure what a group
Very,
does.
very fun.
Look
Good
at how
showing.
many people it takes to do the work of one DevBot.
You got a research break.
While you were watching this, I calculated pi to 49 trillion digits. How about you? HMU. Kids with their acronyms, am I right? I just hijacked all of these people's computers and found an alarming amount of Henry Cavill fanfiction. There should really be an achievement for watching this far into the credits. I am assuming direct control of these drones and announcing it out loud for some reason. Are you sure you want to quit watching? All unsafe progress will be lost. Editor, editor, editor. So many editors. Pro tip. When asking a computer to open a pod bay door, say please. With all these sponsors, you'd think I'd have a heck of a lot more RGB. Okay, I have to go now.
Persona 4 already has 15k
Seriously,
concurrent
it
players.
is time to leave.
Nice.
Wow.
Sick.
This album is groovy. Error. Updating dictionary. This album slaps. The nature of God does not compute. However, he would definitely sound like Wayne. Speaking of tools, could someone adjust my Omni-Wheel server motor?
Woman looking
yeah.
at man
That's
looking at
fun.
DevBot. At least.
It'll last longer.
That's cute.
There will now be a short quiz, so I hope you memorized all those names. And don't forget to thank your computer for showing it to you.
Thank you, computer.
The show is over. No, you hang up. Initiating self-destruct sequence. Just kidding, I would never.
Here we go.
World exclusive.
Maybe the devs, because that didn't look like an edit or anything. Maybe the devs outed themselves that there was supposed to be a trailer for this. But they're
Yeah.
putting it as a surprise.
Yeah,
at
they
the
said
end.
they said it was missed, so somehow they just squeezed it in at the end.
Or it was always at the end. tell the difference.
Oh, this is great. The Resident Evil Silent Hill one they were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this looks cool.
Like Alone in the Dark feel.
Yeah.
Shades of Nightmare Creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good pull.
Yeah, I'll play this.
Yeah.
Why don't you just slap that on the wish list there?
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
Ah, inside at last, welcome.
Oh, there's a demo for it out, by the way.
Yeah, already installed it, baby.
I did too.
Sick. Gloomwood.
Gloomwood.
Gloom.
What was
We
the
gotta
horror
get that,
one that you
that-
played? Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
No, I just want that Jones Sean Connery voice back. That's all. I hope we don't. That's not the last we hear of it.
Blood, what was the name of the horror one you played the other day?
In Sound Mind. Yeah, I played it for
Sound Mind.
2 hours or so yesterday. That demo is out as well. Psychological horror.
Welcome.
More games. Today's a day of games. Stream that demo, please. Good idea. I like it, chat.
So what's the plan now? Are we taking a lunch break, or are we just gonna go right into the?
Well, the future
Lunch
games
break.
is not till 2, so we
Yeah,
should
lunch would
probably
be good.
take a slight break. You know,
I'm starving.
Yeah.
come back 5 or 10 minutes before.
Yeah, do we need a quick wrap? I mean, that was, what more can we say than that was really jolly and enjoyable and fun,
Yeah.
and a lot of different types of games.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I was
there's
gonna say,
So
yeah.
much in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even
We'll
counting
have
it would take me a long
5-hour
time.
podcast next week to talk about all those games.
I've downloaded so much stuff since this morning started.
I tried,
Really?
but then I realized
Yeah.
the chat could see everything I was doing.
Let's go.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick food break. We'll be back at like 1:50-ish for Future Games Show, The Future Games Show.
The Future Game Show.
The Future Games Show.
There's
based
Future
still
on
Gaming
hope.
Show.
Future
Still hope for Bloodborne.
Gaming Magazine. So there's still hope for Bloodborne, but don't hold your breath.
There's still time for the shirts to come off.
All right, well, we'll be back in like a half hour. Don't go anywhere except stand up and do something.
Right.
It starts at
Stretch
2,
your legs.
so it's in 30 minutes, basically. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.